Okay, good afternoon. So today I've got one key tip to help you with life insurance and making that decision on what type of life insurance coverage you want. So this is designed, what the recommendation I'm going to make is designed for people that are disciplined savers. So if you're not a disciplined saver, if you have the idea in your mind that you want to save but you can never quite do it, then this might not necessarily apply to you. But if you are a disciplined saver, what I recommend if you need to get life insurance coverage is that you get term life insurance for the period of time that you need it. What do I mean by that? You're a disciplined saver, you have a goal in mind. In order for you to achieve financial independence, you need to save a certain amount of money. And to get to that goal is going to take you a certain amount of time, and you're going to put it in different vehicles in order to achieve that. In order to achieve that, you're going to save, but during that time, if bad luck were to strike, if bad circumstances were to strike and you were to pass away, assuming that you're the primary income earner, you would want to have life insurance in place in order to cover those who are dependent on you. Now, if you don't have any dependents, if you're not married, if you don't need life insurance, then you obviously don't need to take this advice. But if you do need that coverage, what I recommend is that you continue to save towards your goal of financial independence, whatever that goal is, whatever that number is. And during the time that you don't have the money you need to support your family passively, you get term life insurance for yourself and you look at several different options when you're trying to get this coverage. The reason I recommend this is because other types of insurance you can get, and they do have their advantages, but they're a lot more expensive. And if you're a disciplined saver, the money is much better devoted towards getting you to financial independence than enriching an insurance company. Now, remember, this doesn't apply to everybody. This is not a everybody needs to buy term insurance. This is if you're a disciplined saver. Now, I'm trying to help you get to that point, but if you're not a disciplined saver, the other types of insurance might be more beneficial for you. For those that are transitioning military, this is a little bit different. It's a little bit of a subset, and that is that they have options. Transitioning military have other options when it comes to life insurance or when it comes to types of insurance through programs that are given by the government or produced by the government. One is the Veterans Group Life Insurance, and the other is called the Survivor Benefit Plan. Both of these are designed to assist military that are transitioning into a career after the military, either veterans or with the SBP for those who are retiring and who will receive a pension. Now, both of these programs definitely have advantages, so you should definitely consider them and look at them. But what I would recommend you do is that you make a comparison. If you need some type of insurance products after you leave the military, do a comparison with the private sector first. So look at what the private sector could offer you, private companies could offer you, in addition to what the government can offer you through VGLI and SBP. You also need to make sure that you're doing an apples to apples comparison because there are many advantages and disadvantages to each of them that you may not necessarily know about or that each of the program managers, either from the government or programs provided by the private sector, won't tell you about, right? They're not going to tell you about necessarily the advantages or disadvantages of the competitor. So you need to make sure that you know what you're getting involved in. And don't feel like you have to take these programs or you have to get insurance. You do your own due diligence, do your own research, and see if it's required for you to do it in order to protect your loved ones and really to get you to your financial goals. Please post a question or a comment. Send me a private message if you want to talk about it privately. One other thing I want to forget, or I forgot to mention, is that when you do that comparison as military between the private sector and the government programs, make sure that you get those assessments, that evaluation done before you go do your VA screening. So if you're going to look at private insurance first, do that before you go to the VA and you work with your VSO in order to determine if you have any kind of disability. And that obviously should go without saying as to why you would do that. But again, if you have a question, please post it below. I always look forward to reading your questions and comments. And until next time, I wish you unlimited success.